Welcome to OS X Lion. OS X Lion is version 10.7 of Mac OS X. And Apple, when they were working on releasing OS X Lion, they referred to it as back to the Mac. And that was because Apple had been spending quite a bit of time researching and developing content and interaction and user interfaces for the iPad and the iPhone. And with OS X Lion, what Apple does is it brings a lot of that interaction and a lot of that experience over to the Macintosh. That's why they used to say that it was back to the Mac. Now, in this course, we're going to be talking about the main features that have been introduced in OS X Lion. I'll show you some of them really quickly. We're going to be talking about the Finder and some of the features that are included in the Finder, like all my files, things like the scroll bars that disappear, things like the rubber band that you get when you use gestures. Gestures, which is a very, very prominent feature of OS X Lion, are interactions that you do with a computer using a touch surface like a trackpad or a magic mouse. So a lot of that has to do with the way you interact with the operating system. You can see here I'm pushing the desktop and showing the dashboard or switching over to the second desktop by using gestures. So gestures is one of those major additions and features that have been added to OS X Lion. Another thing that we're going to be covering in this course is full-screen applications. With this version of the operating system, many applications can be taken full screen, and as you saw here, they focus on the content that you're working on right now. You don't get distracted with pull-down menus, you don't get distracted with a dock, you just get to navigate and to use the computer or the software in such a way that you have full attention on what you're working on. So full screen applications, that's another major addition to OS X Lion. Another thing that we're going to be talking about and covering in this course is mission control. Mission control allows you to take a look at all of your open windows all at once in one single place. And you can have a lot of opening windows using your Macintosh, and mission control really makes it much easier to navigate and to interact. I'll show you briefly here. I'll just make a couple of Finder windows, go into Mission Control, take one of those windows and drop it into this second desktop. Now with gestures, I can navigate to that second desktop and get to it really quickly in a very graphical fashion. Not only graphical, but also using gestures, it also makes it very tactile. Another thing that we're going to be talking about is Launchpad. And Launchpad is this application center where all of your apps can be accessed by a very simple gesture, or at the very least by clicking on the dock over here in the Launchpad icon. And from here, you can launch pretty much any application that you have installed by a simple click or a simple tap. You don't have to go to the applications folder. You don't have to search for the application. It's already there in Launchpad. Another feature that we're going to be discussing in the course, it's called Resume. And with Resume, what you do is you turn off your computer, you log out, and the next time that you log back in, you have all of your windows with all of the applications and all of your documents that you were working on in the exact same place that you had when you left them. Another major feature that Apple is pushing a lot with this version of OS X is the Mac App Store. Now, I'm not going to be talking too much about the details of the Mac App Store, but just the basics so that you are able to get software, access it through Launchpad, and then interact with it. One of the beautiful things about the App Store is that you get the software right away. No need to drive to the store, no need to go through the installation process or registration process. It's all done automatically using the Mac App Store. Similar to Resume, there are a couple of other features called autosave and versions, which allow you to save your documents in automatically, meaning you don't have to deal with saving your files. For example, if you lose power or if your computer crashes, all of your work will be saved. I'll show you an example here where I've got a document that has been saved as I've gone along, and it had also been using versions. With versions, what you do is you get to see the history of the work that allow you to create that particular document. So you can always go back in history and go back and restore or retrieve content from a previous version of your documents. The very last feature that we're going to be discussing in this course is some of the new additions that have been done to Mail. If you use Mail on OS X, this version with Lion, as you can see here, it goes into full screen mode and it has a total different interaction. Just waiting for it downloading over the network. But the interaction and the interface is much more streamlined than in previous versions of OS X. So I hope that you enjoy the course. I really hope that you can take advantage of it. And if you have a surface like a trackpad or a Magic Mouse, you will definitely be changing the way you interact with your computer using gestures. So let's get started with the course, and I hope that you take a lot of useful information from it.